Okay, so we were in the middle of Mitzvah Nun Hayet with a lot more dinim that have to do with the mitzvah of adjudicating cases of civil litigation. So we're just going to jump to the applicability of the mitzvah, and then we'll start a new mitzvah. So the mitzvah, noeget mitzvah zu shanu chayvin ladun bizcharim, to men who are, because only men are in a position to judge. Avalo b'nekevot shenan danot, not to women who are ineligible to serve as judges. But like we've said before, women are also subject to the laws that govern payment. So if a woman took money and didn't give back, then she would have to pay. There are some distinctions with regards to the claims of married women. Like we mentioned above, like we said, married women, really their property belongs to the husbands that they're married to. Okay, so the husband has certain rights to that. This applies in every location, all times. A bed din that transgresses this, and does not conduct the proceedings if they're able to do so, they violated a mitzvah, and the punishment is exceedingly great. It causes destruction on the land, because the land cannot be settled unless there's justice. Like we said in Pirkei Avot, the world endures on three things, and one of them is justice. This is one of the mitzvot that all of mankind are commanded to fulfill. Even the Bnei Noach, one of the 7 Noahide laws, is that there needs to be a court system. It's impossible to have a society without a court system. Okay, so that is Mitzvah 58. Again, we did skip some parts for those listening online. We did skip some of the dinim, but it is quite long, various laws. All right, Mitzvah 59, which is Ladun Bedin Noseh Sachar ve'asocher. Bedin is commandment to judge the law of a Noseh Sachar, which is a paid custodian, and a Socher. A Socher is a renter. Uperush, the meaning of a Noseh Sachar, which literally means one who receives compensation. Shomer pikaton bezachar shenotnin lo ala shemira. I tell you, please watch my necklace, okay? And I'm going to pay you money to watch my necklace. All right, so he's getting paid compensation. V'socher hu kemashmao, and a socher is exactly what it sounds like. It's a renter. So you're paying to use an item versus the first one, which is being paid to watch an item. I rented an animal to work with, or nowadays would be a car, or one rented any type of movable object. There is a dispute, in a case where there's a dispute between the renter and the owner of an item, or between the owner of the deposited item and the custodian. We have a mitzvah to judge between them. Like it's written in Parashat Mishpatim, the Chachamim say this is a paid custodian. The purpose of this mitzvah is well known, like we've been saying all along for now, okay, to peaceful coexistence among society members. Dinea, the laws, Kegon, the rabbi said, Shenishba'in ala onasina gedolim. If you are a paid custodian and a tornado rips through your neighborhood, and now you no longer have the item that you were paid to watch, okay, you would have to swear in court that the law is a great unavoidable circumstance. It's called an honest. A tornado ripped through my home. I no longer have your necklace. However, if the item was stolen or lost, in this case, you would have to pay. Because unlike a shomer chinam, which is someone who's watching that item for free, here you're getting paid. And being that you're getting paid for it, we expect a higher level of security for the item that I'm paying you to watch. So therefore, if the item is stolen or the item is lost, you are responsible to pay. Because these mishaps have both elements of negligence and unavoidable circumstance. You're getting paid, so you have to pay. This is not the case with an unpaid custodian, which we already learned is exempt from anything that happens to the item he's watching, unless he was negligent. In that case, we said that he has to pay. The laws of hiring workers, rental of animals and houses. What happened if you had a craftsman who ruined an item that you was given? So I gave my suit to a tailor. I go, here, fix my suit, and I'm paying you to fix my suit, and he ruins it. What is the law there? Or I showed a coin to a chenvani, to a shopkeeper to verify its validity. And then afterwards it's found to be invalid. One who rents an item with the owner. So I hire the owner to work for him at the time that I'm renting the item. Shepatur, and that owner is exempt from the liability of the object, not the owner, sorry, the renter. Also, a situation where what happens if I was negligent to begin when I was using the item, but at the end, it ended up being an honest and unavoidable loss. All these laws. What happens if I have one custodian, so I hear, here, watch my necklace, I'm going to pay you for it. And that guy decides to go on vacation, so he goes to another guy and says, here, watch this necklace, I'm going to pay you because I'm getting money from this guy, I got to go on vacation, what's the law over there? And the second custodian either increased the level of guardianship or he decreased the level of guardianship, so maybe he didn't put it in a safe place for whatever reason. It's assumed, that's one law. And with regards to any deposits, he's depositing it with the understanding that he might entrust it to his wife or adult children. This is a Gemara in Book of Mitzvot, right? So that I give you an object to watch, my necklace, and then you're going away. So I'm saying, you know what, you give it to my wife. So the guy gives it to his wife while he goes away. So can the owner of the item say, hey, I didn't give it to you to give it to my wife, to your wife. I gave it to you for you to watch. So all the laws over there. A renter cannot rent out the item that he is renting to another, double renter. The Rambam says, this is only with regards to movable items. Because the owner does not want his item to be in someone else's hands. I rent a car from a company. They trust me to use a car. They don't trust me to rent it out to somebody else. So therefore, that's not allowed. But if someone rents a house, what is it called? Subleasing? Subletting? Right? So if you do that, that's allowed. As long as the number of residents in the second renter's household is the same or less that of the first one. And the same thing as a rental of a boat. However, some people disagree with the Rambam with regards to subletting house. All the details of the mitzvah, 6 and 7 chapters of Baba Kama, Shlishi Ushishi b'Metziah, 3rd and 6th chapters of Metziah, Ushmini Mishuot, in the 8th chapter of Masechet Shuot. B'noeged b'Zcharim, this applies to all men. B'Kol Makom Kozman, every location, all times. B'Nover aleh v'Lodan, if one transgresses this mitzvah and does not judge these laws, Im Ra'ui lekach, when he's fit to judge, Bitel Aseh, he has violated a mitzvah. V'af apishan itzavinu derech klal, even though we're commanded, just the last mitzvah, Ladun bedin to'en v'nitan, to judge the laws of claimants and defendants. Ribta Torah tzivui b'shomrim biprat, the Torah added specific commandments with regards to custodians, lefi shehen inyanim regilim b'yishuvei b'nei adam, because they are matters that arise often in society, and therefore, because of that, they deserve their own specific mitzvot. And therefore, that's why we have this mitzvah. I'm sorry? No, so the one before is even for the Noahide, that to have a court system. But this one of Shomer Chinam and Shomer Sachar is the halachot are specific to Jews, but even in modern day society, you can go to civil courts and the judge, whatever the laws here in Ontario, will determine what has to be done. Okay.